Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to something I do so often. A video, but especially WWE related ones. Yeah, right. So, I told myself, Peter, you're going to sleep early, you're going to wake up early, and then you're going to watch my Rumble, and then you're going to decide. If it's really nice, you make a video. If it isn't, you don't. Well, I guess you know my opinion already. But I digress. I am actually doing a review. Finally, I've been wanting to do one since WrestleMania 30, when I was in shock because of what happened to The Undertaker. But I digress. Let's actually get to Royal Rumble 2020, 2020, whatever you want to call it. Because this was a fairly nice Royal Rumble. I really enjoyed it. It was surprising. Well, kinda. Spoilers, but it was nice. It was a nice Royal Rumble. I enjoyed it. Without further ado, I don't want to lose too much time because I'm probably going to talk a lot. That's my style of video. I always talk a lot. But before we go to the review, English. Before we go to the review, there's something I like to say. I don't like spoiling the matches spot by spot. I don't like that because I want you to go and watch the match. I'll try to give a little bit of detail, of course, because, I'm going to give my opinion, so I gotta back my opinion on something. And I'm going to give also my opinion on what I think stuff will go. Or if you just stop, But let's go pre-show. Okay, so I never watched the pre-show, but because I probably was going to make a video about it, I decided it's better I do it. So it was Sheamus versus G. Please change the name. Chad Gable deserves better. It was fine, I don't want to call him that. Chad Gable put some offense in. It was fine. It wasn't like borderline squash match. It was a whatever match, Fast. Sheamus won with a brogue kick. Simple stuff. Whatever, Chad Gable deserves better. Okay. Then it was Andrade, Cien Almas, because they forgot the second names, because WWE, they do that with every single wrestler. I don't understand. Versus Humberto Carrillo. Names. I don't know what to spell it. I think it's Carrillo. Let's proceed. It was a fairly fun match, It was well paced. It was well done. Yeah, it wasn't like a huge surprise, It wasn't like, oh, the best match. It wasn't as good as Andrade versus Rey Mysterio, for example, on the last Monday night. That was amazing. This one was nice, It's what you expect from two good level performers. One of them, in my opinion, is better than the other. Andrade is amazing, top tier. Carrillo is getting... I don't know what is going on. I should be sleeping. That's what's going on. Carrillo is a good performer. He's growing as a performer. You can see that he's doing well. He's going places. He's a solid talent, and I'm enjoying seeing him wrestle. It's really nice. So let's get into the main event. Didn't really have to start with this. Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin. It was your typical false count anywhere match, where they go all over the crowd and they do all their shtick, and Roman Reigns high fives all the people, and yeah. Then there's a little skirmish between the Usos and Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, or Robert Roode, or whatever he wants to call himself these days. And then there's an amazing camera angle shot where one of the Usos just jumps and he appears suddenly on the in front of the camera. It's really well done. I really enjoy that. But besides that, it was meh, Just end this. It's not good. It's not good at all. I just want them to end this, please. And it was an abrupt ending, and Roman Reigns won. There's really nothing more to talk about. Just end this feud, please. Then we had the Women's Royal Rumble. And this was quite interesting. I thought someone surprising would win. Like, obviously, what's her name? How did I forget? Shayna Baszler. That's her name. I thought she would win because it would make sense to put Becky versus her, in a WrestleMania main event scenario. But that didn't quite happen now, did it? But I'm not disappointed in the performance. That was great. But let's go slowly. Bianca Belair was the Iron Woman, I guess. She was in the Rumble for like 30 minutes. She was intense. She was amazing. She was going all over the place. She eliminated, I think, 8 people. She eliminated 8 people. It was great. Beth Phoenix returned. She had a very cool moment with Santina Marella. They have amazing chemistry, of course. Then Santina just did the Cobra and eliminated himself, but you know what I mean. In character, it was herself. Beth Phoenix was bleeding a lot from like the back of her head. I hope she's okay, because that looked nasty. Molly Holly made an appearance. Well, it's always nice to see her. She's always very competent. She was always a very competent female wrestler, and it's always nice to see her. Kelly returned, did a stink face because of course she did. And then one of the nicest, funniest moments of the match, actually of the night. So Mandy Rose is like, someone throws her. I don't remember who it was. Someone throws her over the top rope, and she like stumbles, does like a little catwalk or a little Ric Flair walk. I don't know. And she's like, and she falls down, and I'm like, what? Is she really out like that? And then like the camera pans to where she fell, and it's Otis there, belly flopping all over the place, all happy and smiling and probably kissing her. I don't know. It seemed like they kissed, not obviously intended, but it seemed like it. And he was like there, and she was on top of him, and she like got up, and it was great. It was great. She didn't get eliminated, but shortly after she did, with another nice spot. It was like a spot where she got thrown out again, and Otis catches her, but then her partner, Sonya Deville, was like on the apron, and someone kicked, or I don't know, something. I don't remember already. And she fell on top of Mandy and Otis, and they just laid on the ground, all sad and stuff. It was really well done. It was like a chapter of the match that was amazing. And yeah, then we went to the final part. Shayna Baszler, Charlotte Flair were the last two. The finish seemed a little bit botched. I won't deny that. They went for a little like a Hurricanrana sort of finisher, that one is on the ropes and the other one gets close, and like legs, feet on neck, and voila, over the top. But it seems like they flubbed it a little bit, but it was fine. It didn't look like super nasty. I'm just nitpicking here. So yeah, Charlotte Flair won. Being honest with you, I wouldn't pick her as the winner. She is a tremendous performer. She is one of the best female wrestlers of all time, no doubt. I just want to see other storylines, you know? Her versus Becky was amazing, but it's time to move on. But still, I don't have a problem with this. She is great. I'm sure that the match will be great. Both whatever storyline they picked, being it Bailey, Becky, or someone else, or triple threat, whatever it is, it will be nice. I know that for a fact. Well, not for a fact. I just you know what I mean. They are really good performers, so I think they'll put a show regardless of whatever the writers give them. But still, it is what it is. It's fine. All will be fine. Oh boy, SmackDown's Women's Championship match. Next, Bailey versus Lacey Evans. This was, I don't want to say this, but it was the point of the main roster, because it's really hard to follow a very fun Royal Rumble match like it, especially because it had Charlotte as the winner. So it was like a lot of intense popping from the crowd and then a little bit of deflation because of the winner. But I'm not, like, the match was fine. There's nothing wrong with the match. It was a fine little match. It was fine, okay? There was nothing wrong about it. Bailey did a Shiki win. What she did, like a roll up, something like that. It was fine, okay? There's nothing too much. There's nothing too much English. There's not much to say, really. It was just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Just a match, really. Two good performers, a decent match. Then we go to a match that I absolutely adored. Firstly, because I'm a huge fan of Daniel Bryan, and second of all, because because he was facing Bray Wyatt. He's one of the ultimate characters in WWE. In fact, in all of wrestling. He is really good. Daniel Bryan is really good. They have chemistry. It was a great match. Daniel Bryan is just proving once again how good he is. How much of a, let's say, a ring general. He is a master of storytelling. He took, like, freaking AJ Styles was looking at this and he was running away in fear because Daniel Bryan took Bray Wyatt into Dick Kick City. Like, it was nasty. It was going kick in. He was doing anything. He even did like a spot where it seemed like he did in his old Nexus days, where he was choking out Bray Wyatt with the strap at the head because it was a strap match. And it was like choking him. It seemed like the thing he did to Justin Roberts back in 2010 with his tie. It was very similar visually. It was an amazing match. It was very, very fun. I really enjoyed it. Daniel Bryan was going and going. I thought for a second that Daniel Bryan was going to do it. He did it again. How does he do it? He's a mathematician magician. He's insane. I'm cringe. I know I'm cringe. Whatever, I don't care. This was a great match. The Fiend won. It was a weird, abrupt ending, but I still enjoyed the heck out of it. And now we have the Women's Raw Championship match between Becky Lynch and Asuka. This was great. I loved Kairi Sane as the manager. She is adorable, first of all. But not only is she adorable, she's passionate about what she's doing. And she's like all over the place and doing all these great facial expressions. Paul Heyman, the way he tells a story is through facial expressions. It tells stories through facial expressions, and Kairi Sane was doing exactly that. Obviously, Paul Heyman is a master of that, but Kairi Sane did a great job. I love it. It was like it was a passion overflowing match, intense, nice back and forth reversal submissions. It was worth watching. Okay, if you can watch Royal Rumble 2020, go and give this match a shot. It was great. So the ending was because Asuka was going to do the mist thingy that has been overhyped lately, and well, she missed because Becky just punched her somewhere. Or well, the ending came when I forget the names. I'm kidding. Becky just kicked her in the belly area, and she missed. She missed the mist, and yeah, and Becky like did the come here and disarm her, and Asuka tapped out. It was amazing. Okay, I'm making it seem a little bit funky, but it was really good. Okay, and now we get to the main event, the Men's Royal Rumble. Now this match was weird, and I'll tell you why it was weird. It was great and it was weird at the same time. I don't know what to say. So, I didn't even... This match was so good and so weird and so amazing and so memorable that I didn't even write notes for it. Can you believe it? Like I ever write notes for anything. So... the storyline was Brock Lesnar was going to defeat 29 other men, because this was the last thing he wanted to do in his WWE career, because he thought he needed to prove anything to anyone. So he's in the ring, and for like the first 14 people, he eliminates them all. It's Elias, it's Rey Mysterio, it's John Morrison, poor John Morrison. It's MVP return with this badass entrance. I always liked MVP. It was always a very cool wrestler. He got eliminated in 10 seconds, but you know, it's a payday, I guess. It was a nice nostalgia pop. It was a really nice nostalgia pop. And then, Keith Lee appeared and everything changed. Because even Brock was selling him. Like, yeah, the facial expression was great. Brock was selling for everyone. Was selling not for everyone. Brock was just selling greatly in general. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. In a bit. Like in 2 minutes or less. So Keith Lee comes and they have a big ass fight. It's great. Brock is selling his ass off to Keith Lee. Then they just do like this double clothesline, and they lay down on the ring. And then who comes? Braun Strowman. He comes, bro, and he comes down the ring. Not down the ring, down the ramp. There wasn't a ramp, but you know what I mean. Down the aisle, I guess. He comes marching, goes in the ring. He goes to the corner thingy, belly hug, hello. It does stuff. It's great. I just love how fast he is for such a fast and athletic for such a big guy. It's really impressive. And then like he goes into a scuffle with Keith Lee, and then they're like close to the ropes, and Brock Lesnar's like, "Ha, I got you," and he double eliminates them. And they are looking at him like in shock, in awe. It was, oh, how'd you dare to do this to me? It was great. I wanted Keith Lee to go like to the last 5 people in the match, but I understand why they didn't. It was still really fun. And then, Drew McIntyre. Just kidding, it wasn't. And then, who came out? Ricochet. And Ricochet comes out doing his flip-flops. His great athleticism. he's Superman. Like, he's a fancy Superman. He's doing all his flip flop, and then Brock Lesnar German suplex, and Ricochet goes flying the entire ring extension, and it's great selling. And then Drew McIntyre song hits, and Brock just starts selling immediately. It's great. And then he gets into the ring, and Ricochet, of all people, takes Brock Lesnar into Dick Kick City and just kicks him in the nuts. And like, this is you gotta see this. Brock Lesnar is close to the ropes. Drew McIntyre does a Claymore kick to Brock Lesnar, and it's great. He goes flying off the ring. He sells for 10 minutes. It doesn't move. Kudos to Brock Lesnar, but kudos are done. I don't know the expression, I forgot. I just mean he deserves some credit here. A big credit, because he was selling like a maniac to Drew McIntyre. He was great, he was sweating, he was gassed out, you could tell that. He was starting to get pretty tired. He was red like a tomato. He was really getting, he hasn't been in long matches in a long time. And if there's something I learned through watching wrestling blogs and that kind of stuff, when you are in the ring, lifting 250 pounders, 300 pounders, and just doing all this crazy stuff, it's like, it's nothing like, it's very different to pretty much anything else. It's a very unique sport, very demanding sport. And they just get gassed out. Even the most amazing of performers. And you could tell Brock Lesnar was really getting tired. And this was perfectly done. I salute you, Brock Lesnar, for this performance. You deserved your paycheck. So Brock Lesnar goes out, and the match continues, and it fumbles a little bit. No big surprises, just a regular day-to-day superstars. And then, number 21. You think you know me. And the song hits, and the crowd goes wild. I go wild. Edge is almost crying. It's the most amazing moment in a long time in a WWE ring, in any ring. Like, this was stunning. Everything. The look, the reaction, the timing, how he looked in the ring, it was great. And I'm not saying this just out of a nostalgia spite, because it's nostalgia. No, it did look very good. It was, stopped for a long time of it. It was chilling for quite some time. It was, punch, stay in a corner for 45 seconds, punch. That's normal. But every single time he was in the spotlight, he shined like he always did. He is looking great. It was looking still very agile, hitting the moves properly. He did some crazy looking spears, and of course some great selling from Carl Anderson, from AJ Styles, I think, also sold one of his spears. It was really nice, okay? It was a great moment, and then Randy Orton came out, and I was like, Yes. We had the little rated RKO reunion. It was lovely, and in my mind, I was like, yes. So now John Cena is going to return, and there's going to be like some fight between them, and one is going to eliminate the other, and the other is going to get mad, and is going to get in the ring and eliminate the other one. So that sets up a WrestleMania match, right? Well, no, it didn't happen. It did not happen. Am I sad about it? Honestly, no. It was everything that happened was great. So I really won't get mad about it. It just was a crazy storyline I had in my head before Royal Rumble happened. It didn't happen. It is what it is. I really enjoyed what happened. So that's what matters at the end of the day. So like I was saying, there's this little rated RKO reunion, and then there's this great spot where Randy Orton is like sneaking, like crawling, doing his viper stuff, apex predator, behind Edge, and Edge is like notice him, and turns around. He's like, no, no, no. So Randy Orton is like, I was kidding, man. So the moment Randy Orton turns his back on Edge picks him up and throws him over the top rope. It was great. It was like the ultimate opportunist strikes back. It was lovely. Great storytelling, top notch. And then we got down to only 3. Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, and Edge. Now, in my mind, I was like, so Edge is going to eliminate Roman Reigns, and it's going to be Edge versus Drew McIntyre, and anyone that wins is the win for us. It didn't go like that. So Drew McIntyre got completely destroyed with 55 finishers just a minute ago. So Randy Orton is eliminated, like I said, and Roman Reigns and Edge go into a scuffle. And they are fighting and fighting and fighting. So they go over the top rope, and they are fighting on the little area. Apron, whatever, words. They are fighting, and like Edge is like desperately trying to grab the ropes, and he does, but he's like tilting, and he's going to fall. He's tilting, he's trying to grab the rope, and Roman Reigns kicks his arm. So he grabs the rope with the other hand. There's still hope. And he kicks the other hand, and Edge falls. Well, it was great. Thank you, Edge, for coming back. It's just, if this is a one-time thing, which I doubt it is, because he looked really nice. So I think he's ready for more, but I don't know. That's his life. It was great. It looked amazing. It was nostalgic. It was anything you want it to be. He put over Roman Reigns, which, whatever we want to say about him, is a great performer. He's a good wrestler, So yeah, that was an amazing story arc. Thank you, Edge. So now we got down to the 2 last. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. I have an awful Scottish. That's not even. I'm sorry. That's so bad. I cannot even properly say I attempted to do a Scottish accent, and it came out that awful. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So it was Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. And what happened next? Boy, oh boy. Boom, boom, ropes. Boom, boom. Claymore kick. Boom, boom, you out, Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre won. Can you believe the right person won? No doubt it was great. It was a great way to finish the night. The most, Drew McIntyre is so worthy of winning this reward. He's going to WrestleMania. I don't know if he's going to main event. You know, they kind of blurred the waters a little, blurred the lines. You dumbass. They blurred the lines a little bit when it comes to what the Royal Rumble winner really gets. You know, oh, it used to be the main event. Now it's just choose a title and then we will decide if you go to the main event or not. But still, he deserves to be in that spot. He is great. He has improved in every single way. He's a machine in the ring. He is good at promos. He has a killer look. He has the charisma. He has the intensity. He is the one. He is the one. He is the chosen one. 10 years later, well, 11 years later, I don't know, probably 10 and a half, finally, Drew McIntyre has fulfilled his potential, and he has grasped the opportunity, and he's going to main event WrestleMania. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a rating, but if I had to do a rating out of 10, it would be a solid 8.5. I had a lot of fun. Okay, probably an 8. An 8. An 8 is better. It's a better rating for it. Because I had a lot of fun. It was nostalgic, but it also had some moments. So 8. It's a good number. 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. It was a great Royal Rumble. I enjoyed it. You had 2 great Royal Rumble matches. You had a great Raw Women's Championship match. It had a great Universal Championship match. And the rest was decent. So overall, well done, WWE. You get an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching, and sorry for the long review. I thought it was going to be like 10 minutes and it's 30. Because I'm great at this. Either way, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Be good people. See you next time.